Hello everyone and welcome to the iSpring Solutions webinar. Thank you very much for joining us today as we are going to speak about how you can create conversation simulation to practice communication skills with iSpring TalkMaster 8.3. My name is Paulina. I am a community manager at iSpring and I will be the moderator for today's webinar. We have a very special guest today. It's Taylor Ellert. Hi Taylor, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir. How are you guys?
We are wonderful. It's good to hear you and see you today.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Taylor is a marketing evangelist at eLearning Brothers, and he will be speaking about eLearning Brothers characters and how it's possible to use them in iSpring TalkMaster. And as another speaker, we have Brian Tarr. Hi, Brian. It's very nice to have you today.
Thanks, you too.
Brian is a systems engineer, and he worked as a customer care manager for a pretty long time, and now he is creating wonderful video tutorials, and you might have seen some of his videos on iSpring Solutions official website or our YouTube channel. Thank you, Brian. We really enjoy your videos. And also, we have Elena Galvez. Hi, Elena. How are you?
Hi, Paulina. I'm doing great. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you very much for asking. Elena is our customer care manager, and she works with clients, helping them to decide how iSpring can be a perfect fit for their needs. So if you have any questions about subscriptions, pricing, or our plans, you're more than welcome to address them to Elena. And if you have any questions about our products or eLearning Brothers templates or characters, you're more than welcome to address these questions to these two wonderful gentlemen. You can do this sending your questions in the question box on the right side of your GoToWebinar panel. And we're going to have a Q&A session at the end of this webinar. So guys, make sure to stay with us till the very end of the show. And also at the end, we're going to announce something very special from iSpring and eLearning Brothers. So you would still want to hear what it is. So we hopefully will have you till the very end. And at this point, I'm ready to pass over the mic to Brian. So Brian, you are more than welcome to begin.
Okay. Let me just get set up here real quick.
And while Brian is setting up, I just wanted to let you know one more time. So if you have any questions, we would love to hear them. If you like this webinar, tell us. If you don't like this webinar, tell us as well. And we would love to see it in the question box on the right side of your GoToWebinar window.
Okay, see my screen?
Yes?
Yep.
All right, so iSpring TalkMaster is a great tool for creating dialogue simulations that help your employees get used to communicating with clients. And this can be useful in many spheres like sales, customer service, and pretty much any job that involves communicating. And iSpring TalkMaster has a lot of cool features to make your simulations more realistic, such as a character and background library and even voiceovers in version 8.3. So the best way to show you is to dive in, so let's get started. To begin with, I'm going to show you how a finished dialogue looks, and then we'll get into how it works. You can preview a dialogue at any time just by clicking the preview button, and this is how it will appear to a learner. So this particular dialogue has been created to train salespeople in the automotive industry. And obviously that's a job that requires a lot of tact and timing, so a simulation like this can really help a new salesperson get more comfortable with the process. So we just click the Start button. And here we're provided with some choices, and in fact the timing element comes into play right away. You don't want to be too aggressive, but you also don't want to be too shy. So let's see what happens if we're a little too aggressive. So as you can see, the character's emotion changes and we get an instant feedback message explaining our mistake. But we still have a chance to get back on track, and here the dialogue itself begins. And it's worth mentioning here that your dialogues don't necessarily have to be assessments like this. You can also use this tool to create interactive storyboards, games, even FAQs with characters that you create or from the eLearning Brothers extensive collection. So that's how the dialogue looks for the user. Now let's see how to make it. So when you start a new dialogue, you'll see a blank background where you can add scenes. Let's just click New Scene. And over here you can choose your character, and there's a built-in library with several to choose from. And here's our lady. There's also several emotions to choose from, but we can just keep it normal for now. And also you can add your own custom character with this button right here. So if you do get characters from the eLearning brothers, or if you create your own characters, you can add them right into the library here. So now let's go to the background tab and set a location. And here also you have a very extensive set of backgrounds showing different workplaces and environments to have dialogues in. And you can also add your own with this button right here. So here's our automotive showroom, and now we can close this to return to the scene. And right here you can enter the character's dialogue and use this button here to add replies. So let's offer her a few different cars to choose from. So after you add your reply choices, you can link them to new scenes by using this link icon right here and just drag it away like that. And also if you're zoomed in like this, you can see all the dialogue response choices right here, and it's really easy just to drag them out like that. See? Super simple. So let's say at this point in the dialogue she's already given you a firm budget for a car, so if you offer her an expensive one, she decides to go. And we can also change her emotion to angry, but let's also give the user a constructive feedback message. And if we were continuing the dialogue, just as these other choices up here, you can drag out another link here to create a new scene. But that was a fatal faux pas, so we'll just end the dialogue right here. And to make it easier to identify these endpoints, you can just go to the Properties tab here and select a scene color. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how scoring works. So go to the Properties and check this box to enable scoring. And you can set a passing score here and choose whether to show it to the user at the end. You can show them the user score or the user score out of the total points. So click OK. So now let's say that this right here was actually the perfect choice to make. What you can do is go to Properties here and assign some points. Well, we'll make it 10. And you'll see points assigned here up in the upper right corner, so you can see which dialogue choices have points assigned to them. And you can also see if a scene doesn't have any incoming links right here in the upper right corner as well. And when you click on a scene, you'll see this editing window again, and you can set any scene as the starting scene by clicking this flag, or you can delete it here by clicking the garbage can, or you can preview it here by clicking the play button. So here we are, and here are our choices. So let's offer her the expensive car. So as you can see, she gets mad just as we told her to do, and it's shown on the emotion meter. And here you can see the character speech, the score, the feedback, and a restart and finish button since this is the last scene. So now let's just scroll down here and take a look at this finish dialogue. So this flag here shows the starting scene, and you can also easily identify the endpoints and color code different dialogue paths. So you can zoom in to get a better look at the scene numbers and the dialogue text. And if you want, you can sprinkle in some more points for extra tact and timing and listening skills and all that. So finally, when you're ready to publish, just click Publish on the toolbar. And if you're using this as part of iSpring Suite, you can publish this as part of a PowerPoint-based course as well. So you can publish for the web, or iSpring Cloud Sharing Service, iSpring Learn LMS, or an LMS of your choice. And there are a few different formats to choose from. Combined is the safest choice for widest compatibility, but Flash is pretty dead nowadays, so you're pretty safe with HTML5 for most devices. And if you're still using legacy Internet Explorer in your corporation, you can include Flash just to make sure it's compatible for everybody. Okay, so you can also offer this course on iSpring Play, free mobile app for your users to take it offline. And here there are also some extra tabs for compression options, advanced options, and LMS formats. And iSpring supports a wide variety of LMS formats for virtually any LMS. So I'd be happy to go into all those a little more in the Q&A if you like. And when you're ready, click Publish. So once it's done publishing, you can see it here in the preview window. And one of my favorite things about this preview window is you can see how it looks on different devices, like tablets, smartphones, and you can even rotate the device to see the responsive design. And you can also view it in different browsers just to do a QA check. And you can attach it to an email or upload it to your website directly by FTP. Okay, so now let's have another closer look here at this other feature, voiceovers. I'll just open this other dialog. And this feature was just added in version 8.3. So anyone who already has version 8 will get this feature automatically. So you can make your dialogue simulation more realistic and engaging by adding recordings to match the user, the character, and the narrator. So once you've created a dialogue, just click VoiceOver. And here you'll see a list of your scenes in the dialogue text, and the icons on the left indicate whether it's the narrator, the character, or the user reply choices. So you can click the record button next to any of these to start recording audio. And if you like, you can show the narration script. So now just click record. And when you're done, click OK. And there it is. You can preview it right there. So if you already have pre-recorded audio, you can import individually just by clicking this File button and finding the file like this. Now, as you can see here, these file names are named according to the names in this file name column. So that's all you have to do. If you're pre-recording your audio in a professional studio or something like that, just name all the file names like this. Sorry about that. Somebody just sent me a message. Yeah, so just name them like this, so that if you want to do a bulk import, you just go down here and a notification will pop up with instructions on naming your files, as I told you before. Just click OK to continue and select your files and click Open. So after the process is complete, you'll see an Import Results window. And as you can see, the whole dialog is populated with audio, and you can preview them here with the play button right there. Also from the toolbar, you can edit and delete audio and export the script to a text document to share with Voice Talent for recording. And you can also export audio to share with your colleagues. And when you're done adding audio, just click Close VoiceOver Mode. So now let's just preview this real quick so we can see how that looks. So as you can see, the audio starts playing automatically, but there's also a button here to start and stop playback. Okay, so that's about it for that. I guess now I'll pass it over to Taylor so he can tell you a little more about how you can enhance your TalkMaster dialogues with eLearning Brothers assets. I'll just pass over to control to you. There you go.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Brian.
Sure.
Yeah, so as Brian mentioned, we're going to be talking about and going through the assets that eLearning Brothers provides. So for iSpring, we can include so many more people cutouts and characters to display in those areas. So as you see here, we have all our built-in characters, and eLearning Brothers has provided a lot of these. But if we don't like the built-in ones, eLearning Brothers has over 45,000 cutout people, and they're all there for our use. So right now I'm on the library.elearningbrothers.com. This is where we can see all our templates and our cutout people and our stock assets. So if we go to cutout people, we see we have photorealistic, and we have all of these different choices to choose from. We also have illustrated and character packs, which we'll go over later. So if we go into view all photorealistic, we see all these characters. So many, we could scroll on forever and ever. But instead of doing that, we have our little filter up here. We can choose if we want a middle-aged adult. Let's say we want him in a suit, and we want him to be excited. And see, we got all those filters of every single people cutout we have in our library. And on TalkMaster, we see we have 5 emotions. We got happy, normal, puzzled, unhappy, and angry. So when looking through our library, you want to look for those things. So let's uncheck these. So to save some time, I went through and I got 4 emotions already of this guy named Charles. So I'll go through and I'll show you how simple it is to download character packs and people cutouts. So we go view all, and we find Charles, and Charles is right here. So we click on Charles, and then we'll be able to see all the photos of Charles. Again, we still have our filter up here that we can easily see the emotions we're looking for. So now we're looking for frustrated. So if we go up here to emotion, we click on frustrated, confused. We see if we can find one. I think there's a good one back here. I don't think it's under that same tab. Right here. So we click on the one we want, and we see all these download options. We have very small PNGs, and we also have really high resolution PNGs, depending on the project you're wanting. I found that the PNG medium works really well for the TalkMaster, so we go ahead and click that, and it starts downloading. You see down here in the corner, it's all downloaded. So we bring this up, just drag our little Charles over into our folder. As you see, now we have 5 emotions right here. Now let's go through on how to import those into TalkMaster. So to do this, we come up here to add character. And we'll bring up our computer. We can search our computer for images we want to insert. So we go to Charles and we find a normal. And here we go. He's all loaded in here. We see, okay, well, we want a character pack. How do we get a character pack? We don't want just one picture. What we do is we right-click on him and click Edit. So now we can add happy, puzzled, unhappy, and angry to this character pack and make our own custom-made character pack. So if we want a happy, we go Change, click on Happy and go to Change. Now let's find one of Charles that looks happy. Oh, this thumbs up guy. He looks pretty happy here. Hit. And there we go. He's inserted. Now we have happy and normal. No need of puzzled. There he is. Now unhappy. And an angry. And if we go through, we can see we have happy, normal, puzzled, unhappy, and angry. After we have inserted all of those, we hit Save. And you'll know it's all finished and done saving when, here just a sec, it's taking a little bit to load. we'll see once it's done loading, we'll have a little smiley face like right here. We see all these character packs that I've already inserted on my own free time, and we have the whole character pack is displayed by that smiley face. Let's see, here he is. There, you got his smiley face, and we can click happy, normal, puzzled, and we see it change up here, unhappy, and angry. So we want to use that one. We hit close. Now we have angry. So if we hit preview, we say, I don't like how you did those tasks last night, and he's all angry. And we say, well, I'm sorry, boss. And as you see, we hadn't changed his character, like normal. We want him to be normal. There we go. And close, we got to change this one. Well, you're fired. Got to change character pack. He's now unhappy. And if we preview that again, we'll go through. Well, maybe you should have done it yourself. We'll see his reaction. He's unhappy and he says we're fired. This is not a good outcome. And as Brian said, and I displayed, there are so many different things you can do with the TalkMaster, and that's just a simple showcase right there. Another thing that is awesome that eLearning Brothers provides is iSpring character packs. Oh, that link seems to be down. I think that one is actually under process. We are adding more character packs to that site. So if you go on there, whole character packs have already been uploaded, and for so you don't need to go in and add different characters every single time and make your own character pack. All these character packs are already pre-built for you, ready to download. And that is it for eLearning Brothers. We have, many thousands of cut-out people that I'm just barely scratching the surface on, and we're so grateful for the opportunity to be able to partner with iSpring and the ability to help them with, their character packs, and we love working with them. So now I'm gonna pass this back over to Paulina.
Thank you very much, Taylor. Can you hear me, guys? Hello?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And before we move on, I just wanted to ask a quick question. It's for Taylor. How many character packs are available for download through eLearning Brothers? It's a question from Andrew.
Currently we have around 18 character packs that are available just outside of TalkMaster. After today, actually right after this webinar, hopefully, that link should be fixed, and we will have 18 that are available for TalkMaster. Not all the character packs that work outside of TalkMaster work inside TalkMaster, so we just edited those iSpring character packs, so now that you have the choice to download for the TalkMaster. And so we have around 18 and growing with our character packs.
Thank you very much. And at this point, I think that Elena will announce our special bonus for all the webinar attendees.
All right. So thank you everyone for joining our webinar, and as you are with us today, we are happy to announce this special offer. And there are some of you who already have the licenses of iSpring software, and some of you are just trialing the program. And for everyone, we can offer a 15% discount till August 15th for the new licenses of iSpring. If you are sure that, if you need some time to test it out more, so you can take advantage of this offer till August 15th. And also it's for additional licenses and if you want to renew your maintenance plan. So we are running this special. However, if you are sure that iSpring is the tool that you need, we are also happy to offer you a 30% discount for 48 hours. So if you are ready to go to proceed with the purchase of iSpring software or the maintenance, so simply send your message in the chat box and we'll be happy to contact you after the webinar. So we'll then provide you with further assistance on that. And it doesn't matter if you are going to take advantage of the special offer or not. We are happy to give you our 2-month subscription of iSpring Cloud or 2-month subscription of iSpring Learn. So if you are already using the software, you might as well want to share it somewhere online. So iSpring Cloud is our solution that you can use to quickly share your content via social networks, with an email, via email, or with an embed code, or with the link. Or if you need more information on the views, like if you want to track the views and run the reports and see the statistics on how people view your content, then you can try iSpring Learn out, and we'll be happy to give you this 2-month subscription for free. So simply let us know what option works best for you, whether you want to take advantage of the special offer or just use this opportunity and get one of the gifts. Simply send your message and we'll be happy to work with you further on that.
Thank you very
So,
much, Elena. I also wanted to add to that, if you guys are interested how price will go down with each of the discount, you're more than welcome to address these questions to Elena as well. And at this point, I'm ready to move on to the special offer from Elearning Brothers. Oops, sorry. And Taylor, if you want to go ahead and announce it, this would be awesome.
Yep. Okay, as you see there, the offer is a call-in and mention the iSpring webinar. So you see we have our number down at the bottom. When you call in, our sales team will answer, and once you mention the iSpring webinar, you will have 10% off of the annual subscriptions on our webpage. And those range from $200 to $1,500. And you can have 10% off of even that $1,500. So this is a really big offer that you're able to get 10% off of such high quality products. And we have millions of templates, 45,000 plus people cutouts, and stock assets that outnumber all of those combined. So we're really excited to be able to give this offer to you guys, and we hope you enjoy it.
And I just wanted to add to that Elearning Brothers are wonderful people to work with, so you guys don't want to miss that opportunity.
Thank you.
And at this point, I think that we're ready to move on to the Q&A section. Brian, are you still with us? Because there are some questions for you.
Of course. Yep.
Wonderful, glad to hear that. So one is about some kind of a interesting case from Dan. So he says that he had some issues with scoring in the past. Does the scoring compile? For instance, if I add 3 points here, 2 points next, and then another 5 points later, will it give me 10 points total at the end? It has not done that in the past, leading me to have to create over 100 scenes just to give me the unique point scoring system.
Right, so that's a great question. Can you see my screen?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Right, so this is an instance where color coding really comes in handy, because the number of points you assign throughout a dialogue, yes, they will accumulate, but only if the user goes through the path. So let's say you want to add some points to that nexus point right there. Oops, I need to enable scoring again. So what you're going to do is you're going to figure out your passing score by the time you finish your dialogue. So let's add 10 points here. And you can see that little notification right there that there's 10 points right there. So 10 points for this blue area, let's say. And then another 10 points once you get past this. So basically what you want to do is you want to assign points every time the user gets to a certain level in the scenario. So in the car dialogue, for example, let's say you can get points for getting the lady interested right away, you know, displaying the right timing, and then you can get points for listening to her requirements and offering her the right car. You can get points for offering her the right safety features. And as I said, to make that easier to keep track of, you can simply use the color coding. If you go to properties, you can change the color right here. So each time they reach some important moment in the scenario, you can assign points. But what you got to do is make sure that each path will eventually lead through that scene right there, so they will get those points. And yes, they will accumulate towards the end. So once you get all your points tallied up, then you can figure out what the passing score is going to be, and you can enter that total right there. So color coding.
Thank you, Brian.
Sure.
Okay, and moving on to the next question. Um, okay, so a question from Poppy. I created a scenario with two people, a sales agent and a customer, and I created a dialogue for each person using the voiceover. Is there a way for the scenario to go play automatically without clicking each page? I want it to play from start to end as if they are having a conversation without interrupting. I can't find a way to do that.
Yes, I see what you're saying. Currently we don't have that feature, but I suppose we could add that as a feature request.
Thank you, Brian. So currently there is no way to have it played without clicking. Is that right?
Right. You know what you could do, as long as I'm still sharing my screen,
Mm-hmm.
is
Is it?
you could use iSpring Suite,
Mm-hmm.
and you could insert characters using this character library. And
Brian,
then you could use the narration editor for the voiceovers. Sorry?
I'm sorry for interrupting. I just had a thought. Is it possible to, for example, insert dialect simulation on the slide and then convert it to video?
No, no. You could use iSpring Cam. You could use this screen recording feature
Mm-hmm.
to click through a dialogue. That would be really cool, actually. That's a great idea. Yeah, so that's a wonderful idea. What you could do, if you already have your dialogue, just go ahead and publish it, or I would recommend you publish it. So first publish it, and then open it up in a web browser. Remember I showed you that, that preview window where you can just open it up in a web browser. So it's nice and big here, nice and full screen. And then what you can do when you're on a PowerPoint slide, create a new slide, start screen recording, new recording. So then start your recording, and of course you can adjust the size of it and everything, and then you can just click through the dialogue yourself, and then when you're done, just click done, and it'll show that dialogue. See? I don't know. That's a good temporary solution, I would say.
Right. And it
Yeah,
definitely.
you know,
Sorry, Elena, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting. Also wanted to add that TalkMaster is mostly used like for online training, so users have to select a certain
Yeah.
option to move on to the next scene. So that's why you cannot really play everything automatically. That's why
Yeah.
I'm not really sure if there is a way to actually do that. However, of course, I think that recording workaround I think would work great because it's more like video instead of the interacting of a user with the dialogue. So
Yeah.
I
That's a great point. I was going to mention that too. That's what this software is really for. It's for the it's interactive. That's the whole point of it.
mhm.
Right, thank you very much. And the next question is from Lewis. Can additional browsers, and I'm not sure, and I'm sorry about that, what he meant, but he is asking, can additional browsers be added in the view browser check?
Let's see where. Oh, view browser. Oh, I see. No, you can't do that directly from the preview window. But what you can do is you can. Oh man, I just closed out of it. Oh well, fortunately it publishes really quickly. What you can do is just open it up in a folder, and then this is an HTML file right here. You can just go ahead and open with, and choose any browser you want. You can choose another app if you have Safari, for example.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Sure.
And a question from Patty. Can you speak about how iSpring integrates with Instructure by Canvas that doesn't utilize SCORM?
Let's see. Let me just show you here really quick. iSpring LMS Support. So right here we have a list of supported LMSs. And let's see if Instructure's on the list. I'm not sure. B, C, E. I do not see it, but what I suggest you do is you submit it. Here, I'll give you
Actually,
this
I think
link.
it is.
it wasn't. Yeah, it is in the list.
Was it? Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, go slowly. Yeah, there it
Where?
is. On about the
Okay.
Informatica on the left.
Informatica.
Go up.
No, it was
Go
Instructure.
up.
Up? Oh, where?
More.
More?
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, wait.
Canvas.
Instructure by Canvas. Oh, by Canvas, right. Okay. Yeah, so it's verified.
Yeah, but
So,
so it was mentioned that SCORM is not utilized. So I'm not sure if is it a learning management system or some
right.
other kind of platform, because usually learning management systems do support SCORM or
Yeah.
AICC or Tin Can, and if it's not supporting SCORM, then it might be some website, I believe. So.
Right. You know, excuse me, that might be an issue you might like to take up with our support department. You can give them a call or send an email to support@ispringsolutions.com.
Right.
But yeah, as it shows here, Canvas supports SCORM.
Yep. And maybe you could go over other standards that iSpring can publish to?
Yeah, so as I briefly showed you there before, when you go to publish, you just select the LMS option, go to the Learning Course tab, and here's your choices. 1.2, 2004, second, third, or fourth, AICC, Blackboard, Experience API, which is also known as Tin Can, or XAPI. They haven't decided what to call it yet, I guess, or even CMI5. So that's where you would choose it.
Right. Thanks a lot. And a
Mm-hmm.
question from Jack. Can you disable the meter display in a scenario?
Oh yeah, I think you can do that, can't you? Hang on. I'm sorry, I think I heard something about that, but maybe not. Do you guys happen to know? The
Yes, I
emotion meter?
think you can
Oh, in
do
the
that in the
player.
property. Oh,
No,
yeah.
in the player.
Yep.
Right. So yeah,
The,
sorry about that. I knew it was possible. Just go to player and then uncheck this right here. And you can totally customize all the elements that show up. Right, that does look a little silly sometimes with a little
Right.
happy face there.
Because you can still see the face of a character.
Right, right.
Okay,
Okay,
and
great question.
yeah, thank you. Thanks, Jack. And a question from George. He's asking, does iSpring have text-to-speech for the dialogue?
No, iSpring itself does not have text-to-speech yet. Is that on the schedule, guys? Do you know that? I think I might have heard something about that.
Yeah,
Or was that for QuizMaker?
I heard something about it, but at this point I can't provide the certain dates. However, I would like to also tell what our previous speaker from last week, Michael Shiashi, told about text-to-speech. He said that he've used the following site in many times and it served me quite well. That's what he was saying about the fromtexttospeech.com, and I will be pasting the link in the chat right now so that maybe some of you can find it helpful too.
Great. And then, as I showed you before, once you get that text-to-speech, I'm sure it'll be output in some sort of format, MP3, and you can just import it right here.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Brian, there's another question from Lewis. Can a timer be added to each scene?
No. As far as I know, it cannot. No. No, we'll have to add that as a feature request.
And is it possible, for example, to have TalkMaster on a PowerPoint slide and then, for example, have time restriction in an LMS?
That does sound like a great idea, but then you know what you could do? You could add, say, for example, a single branch of a dialogue, or say one section of a dialogue, and then yeah, you can add it to a PowerPoint slide like this. And I might as well mention this anyway, since I mentioned that earlier. All you have to do is add a new slide like that, then click Simulation, not Interaction. And then you can either open one of your previous ones or create a new one from scratch. Oh, it's being used by TalkMaster. Here, I'll just use this one. And then once it's loaded up, just click Save and Return to Course. And once you're back in PowerPoint, there we go. It'll show up as a placeholder on the slide, and you can go to Presentation Explorer. And give it a time limit here, slide duration. Oh, there it is. So you can say 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 second. And then just lock the slide. So once it's locked, they won't be able to navigate. And then you can set it to advanced slide automatically. So once it reaches 1 minute, so locking the slide would be to set a minimum time, and advanced slide automatically would be to set a maximum time. So once it reaches that time limit, it'll advance. And if it advances before they finish, then too bad for them.
Right.
Oh, and I should also mention, once you're done, click Save and Close, but if you don't want to save your changes, then don't save.
Yeah,
Just
that's a
click
very,
that.
very good point. Thanks for
Yeah.
mentioning it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and moving on to the next question from Patty. Can you play a video within the scene and then pause the video to ask a question? Then resume the video after answering.
Right. Sounds like a great idea, but we do not have video within TalkMaster. So once again, you would have to use iSpring Suite as a workaround.
Also, Patty, I would like actually to learn more details about the case when you would probably want to use such type of learning material. It would help our product developers very much in order to plan the next versions. If you could submit it in the
Yeah, it sounds like
chat,
a great idea.
please do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, another question, and I think either Elena or Brian could answer to it, is right to left text such as Arabic and Hebrew supported in Suite 8 yet?
Yeah, I was just gonna answer that question in the chat box. We do support right to left languages when you when you add your text in the PowerPoint slide, so iSpring will preserve that in the output. As for quizzes and dialogues, there is no way to do that at this point because the interface of the software would also have to be like that. I mean, the player needs to be right to left, and
Yeah.
we do have plans for this support. However, I don't really have any uh, like time frames when
Right.
exactly this will be available. So, but we can definitely forward your request to our product managers. We do receive those requests from time to time, so if we do have a lot of requests, we might do it earlier. I mean, we can release it earlier. So I'll definitely forward it to our product managers.
Thanks, Elena, for mentioning that. And we have another question from Dan, who was asking about the compiling the score at the end of the course, and he is sorry to be the dead horse. However, he did attempt to score the way that Brian, you have suggested, using color-coded, following the scenario.
Mm-hmm.
However, it does not compile the score for me at the end. If it's supposed to compile the score, who should I contact about this?
Yeah, so I would definitely recommend submitting your case to support at iSpringSolutions.com,
Yeah.
and you can even send them your simulation so they can reverse engineer it.
Yeah, this would be the best option, Dan. Okay, and the next question is from Alcun, I guess. How can I write a title, if possible, and where can I do that?
A title. So I would imagine you would mean something like an intro like this. You could do that right here. So let me just show you from scratch. When you start a new dialogue, you start with a blank screen like this, click New Scene, and what you can do is you can add a message like that, and your title can be right here, and you can format it like that. And another way, just in case you meant something else, here's the title of the simulation. When you go to Publish, it'll show the actual title right here.
There's actually also a way in the player options to show that simulation title
Oh,
on top of each slide. So if that's something he wants to do is name a
right.
title, and then you say, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, right, of course. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, no problem.
So once again, you just go to the player and check Show Title.
Perfect. Can you add a title inside a scenario? I'm actually not sure.
I
Do
think
you
we
mean
just
like the
covered that.
tree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to add the title. When you go to Publish, here's your title right here. Hey guys, can I step away for just one sec? I have a very important call.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, we covered the question. Um, and the question about about right to left languages.
Mm-hmm.
Please, what about other language writing from right to left?
Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't really matter which language, either it's Hebrew or some other language. They are all right to left. So if we do release the support of right to left languages, then we'll support all those languages. But as I said, so you can do that now already in PowerPoint. So if you have a text with which is right to left, so you can publish it with iSpring and it will be preserved. And as for QuizMaker and dialogues, then we are planning to add that feature too.
Right.
Hey
So,
guys, I'm back, by the way.
yeah, we already kind of noticed.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
yeah, if we move to the next question, do scores get logged and saved for administrators to provide to management, or is there unlimited access to the presentation self-assessment?
Right, so the way you would do that would be when you go to publish, it would have to be for an LMS. And the score will be reported to the LMS along with the status. So pick one of those, choose a status, and it'll report the score.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And there was also one request from Diane, if we could go over the discounts again before the end. And I think if you guys don't have any other questions at that point, we will move on and talk about the discounts again. But really quick question, are there plans to edit the title per slide? I would say this would be a feature request, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, at this
For
point
each
it's
theme?
just,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but you still could use messages to set
You
this
could
kind
use
of,
messages. Right.
but we'll send that request to our product managers too.
Can you guys see my
Okay.
screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Lena, would you mind going over really quickly about this? Sorry, over this.
Sure. So especially for the webinar attendees. So we have this offer. You can purchase a new license or some additional licenses or iSpring, LMS, or you can renew your maintenance plan with a 15% discount till August 15th. But if you are sure that you are going to use iSpring for your projects, then you can take advantage and purchase iSpring with a 30% discount. And this offer is available for 48 hours. So today, tomorrow, feel free to take advantage of this offer. And it's for iSpring Suite or any other authoring tools and for our platforms. So, and we are going to offer, we are happy to give you a 2-month subscription for our online solution, iSpring Cloud. It's used for online sharing, so you can share your content via email, social networks, with the embed code or with a direct link. And a 2-month subscription for iSpring Learn. It's our learning management system. It's tightly integrated with our authoring tools, so you can track users' results and run various reports on the statistics. And it's not only that, we do have a lot of really great features in these two platforms. So if you have more questions, feel free to contact us and we'll be happy to guide you on that. And of course, if you want to take advantage of the special offer, don't miss this opportunity. Just give us your contact information and we'll be happy to provide you with a discount.
Yeah, there is one kind of tricky question from Bob. He says that he is from a nonprofit and he already gets 40% off. Can he get an additional 30% off in the next 48 hours? And I think that this could be addressed via email, right, Alina?
Yes, I think we can contact you on regarding this, and I'm sure we can find a solution.
Right, and if you guys are interested to try our iSpring Cloud or iSpring Learn, don't forget to send us your emails. Thank you. And we are moving to the special offer from Brothers. If Taylor, you can go over it really quickly again, please do.
Yeah, no problem. So again, this offer is only available to those who call in. And again, we get 10% off all annual subscriptions, whether that be a $200 subscription or a $1,500 subscription. So depending on what you want, the 10% can be a lot of money or $20. Again, Polina, am I correct in saying that we will be sending an email to all those registrants with
Yes.
the number on it?
Yeah, absolutely, we will do after the webinar.
Okay, awesome. So you don't need to worry about writing the number down on a little notepad,
Right.
but you will have this number in an email.
Yes, and the recording of this webinar will also be available on YouTube, and
Right.
I think that we will share it with Elearning Brothers too.
Yeah, it will also be on our site.
Yes. So I think that at this point we're pretty much ready to wrap up and let you guys free. Yeah, and this number is for USA, right? This was a question from Allie.
Yeah, correct.
You can still, oh, so this is only available for calling, right? No emails or anything
Yeah,
like
you
that?
have to call in and talk with one of our sales reps.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think that we can figure something out, Allie. Don't worry. All right. So, Martin, thank you for your question. We will get back to you via email. All right. Okay, sorry for mumbling. At this point, we are ready to wrap up. This is the final goodbye. Thank you very much, guys, for joining us today. Thanks our wonderful speakers, Brian and Taylor. Thanks for this amazing information, I think, and I really
Yeah.
enjoyed the Q&A section. Thank you very much to all the attendees for asking these wonderful questions. They were really in-depth ones, so and I hope that we did cover some of them, and the ones that sounded like feature requests, we will definitely pass on to our product development team. So yeah, I mean, see you at the next webinar. We will be releasing information about it really soon, and see you there.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Paulina. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.